to the Meltdown podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today. What did I just watch? What happened? Where was all the transition offense from yesterday? Where was all the team ball from yesterday? Non-existent today. You know what happened?
You just heard a podcaster go utterly insane while watching a Team USA basketball game. In all honesty, he's not incorrect, because something transpired between the first and second games that made the most captivating athlete in women's basketball a total afterthought. Caitlin Clark used to dominate the court with spectacular passes and transition offense, but now she mostly watches Paige Bueckers and Angel Reese run the show. What altered overnight then?
Here. Kara Lawson, preparing for today's game. She got tapped on the shoulder. Tap, tap, tap. She looked behind her, and there she was, staring at Kara Lawson. Stephanie White. And you know what Stephanie White said? Slow it down, coach. Slow it down. You see all the publicity Caitlin Clark's getting today? Did you see the news? Everybody's talking about Caitlin Clark. We can't have that. The transition offense, Caitlin Clark making passes that nobody in the league has ever seen before. We can't have that. Slow it down, Kara Lawson. Switch it up. We got to make everybody else shine. We don't want her. Everybody.
Even while the conspiracy notion sounds outrageous, it starts to make sense when you consider the real figures from Game 2. Despite playing 16 minutes, Caitlin Clark did not record an assist throughout the first half. Consider that. Despite being surrounded by outstanding talent, the best passer in women's basketball fails to make a single basket for 2 entire quarters. It's not a coincidence. That offensive system is entirely different. This is when things start to get interesting. That game was attended by Stephanie White, who recently took over as head coach of Indiana. She has expressed her want to run more structured sets, slow down the Fever's tempo, and ensure that everyone receives their touches. Does that sound familiar?
Paige Bueckers in the starting line. Let's get right into it. Please like the video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below and subscribe to the channel. Caitlin Clark tonight, 16 minutes, 8 points, 3 rebounds. Team USA wins. The starting lineup for today's game: we had Monique Billings, Paige Bueckers, Chelsea Gray, Kiki ERUPT, and Kelsey Plum.
With 16 points, Paige Bueckers was the team's leader. Another double-double was scored by Angel Reese. Kelsey Plum received a score of 12. In contrast, Caitlin concluded the game against Puerto Rico with 8 points on 2 for 6 shooting, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. Everything you need to know about the priorities here may be found in the starting lineup. Chelsea Gray, Kiki ERUPT, Kelsey Plum, Monique Billings, and Paige Bueckers. That's your first 5. After recovering from an injury, Chelsea Gray, who obviously hasn't found her groove yet, played 16 minutes and finished with 4 assists and 1 point. 1 point in 16 minutes, but Caitlin is coming off the bench and she is starting.
If Puerto Rico was a halfway decent team, it would have been a 10-point game. If Puerto Rico was a halfway decent team, it would have been a 10-point game. Playing iso ball out there, Copper, I don't see you. Angel Reese, I'm dribbling right by you. A lot of bloopies today, but we're trying to be nice. It's Team USA basketball. We're gonna calm down a little bit. Chelsea Gray looks still slow. De'Arica Ham missing. Where is the pick and roll with Caitlin Clark on the floor?
Since the style of play was very different from the first game, let's now discuss what actually transpired on the court. Caitlin Clark's signature transition offense is no longer in use. I hardly saw the full-court passes that no one in the league can make. Rather, the ball got trapped in players' hands during slow, deliberate half-court sets. The dysfunction is nicely captured in one play. Caitlin Clark is open and calling for the ball, but Angel Reese literally dribbles it past her before turning it over a few seconds later. That's not IQ for basketball. Someone is making a point there.
To Ray Burrell. Shout out to Ray Burrell. I'm telling you, the Fever, if there's 2 players I want, Ray Burrell and Azurá Stevens, as far as role players go, complementary pieces to Caitlin Clark. Ray Burrell finishes around the rim. She's athletic, she's long, she's lengthy. She's good on defense. She can finish. She can create her own shot from time to time. Nice pass from CC to Ray Burrell. Finally.
There was one highlight for Caitlin. Ray Burrell receives a full court pass and finishes at the rim. That's the kind of play that gets millions of people watching women's basketball. This game was the only instance of the hallmark move that smashed viewing records during the season. Caitlin was forced to watch other players control the ball while standing in the corner for the remainder of the game. She pulled up for a step-back three from deep at one point, simply saying, "Forget it." Step back between the legs, then bang. It's not a planned play. That player is fed up with the offense ignoring him.
Caitlin with the steal and score. Now this was nice. This actually showed off Caitlin Clark's speed. She beat the defender, got hit in the head, no flagrant call, it is what it is. But read the passing lane well, jumped it, whoop, let me swoop in there. Coast to coast. Solid defensive play from Caitlin, and she turned on the Jets, showing you
Caitlin also demonstrated her speed in the steal and score. She manages to finish coast to coast despite jumping the passing lane and getting struck in the head without making a flagrant call. That play illustrated an issue that is rarely discussed. It's true that Caitlin Clark is quick. Not just fast with the ball, but fast in a straight line. She passed the defender as if they were motionless. Here's the issue, though. Freedom is necessary for those plays. They need permission to move quickly and make choices. And that's precisely what this coaching staff learned from the second game.
blocked again. Yeah, it was rough out here today. It was a rough game. From an entertaining standpoint, it was rough. From an exciting standpoint, it was rough. Paige Becker's the leading scorer with 16 points. Paige, she played good. I'm not hating it. She played, just not exciting. Kelsey Plum, 12 points. Dearica Hamby, 2 points. Ka Copper, 6 points. Ka Copper, folks, Ka Copper's a massive ball hawk. I don't know what else to tell you.
The response from the fans was harsh. Social media completely ruined Team USA's starting lineup choice. People questioned why Chelsea Gray, who is obviously unprepared, is still starting. We have the most intriguing young talent in the sport, so why are we putting out old, washed-up point guards? In their peak, LeBron, Kobe, and Jordan would never be benched by the men's team. Never. However, that analogy overlooks a crucial point. This has nothing to do with assessing talent. This has to do with communicating. Because Caitlin Clark would be in charge against Puerto Rico if it were only about winning games. This is about creating a hierarchy and ensuring that everyone is aware of their position.
Yeah, so don't expect CC to see the ball again. Chelsea Gray played 16 minutes, 1 point, 4 assists. 16 minutes. It felt like Chelsea Gray was barely on the floor. To me, that's the impact she had. To me, it felt like she was barely on the floor. Angel Reese with a double-double. That's what it was. Caitlin had her day yesterday. Paige and Angel had their day today. You can't help but to think like there's conspiracies going on. You just can't help it. It's just so blatantly obvious at times. Just like, this seems weird. And Ryan Howard suddenly goes from 21 points to 5 points. 2 for 7. Ray Burrell, 4 points, 1 for 2 in 10 minutes of play. Played the whole entire fourth quarter, Ray Burrell. Caitlin Clark, 2 for 6. 1 for 5 from the 3-point line. Again, she missed her 3-point shots. A couple of them open. You'd hope that.
Let's examine the offense's actual performance. Caitlin was pushing the pace, facilitating, and making transitional reads during the first game. Players cut, the ball moved, and the offense ran well. Everything slowed down in the second game. The attack stalled as players kept the ball and requested isolation setups. In the second game, Aiken Bali scored 5 points on 2 for 7 shooting, down from 21 in the first. It's not a downer in shooting. That position in the offense is entirely different. Ray Burrell played the full fourth quarter after playing 10 minutes and scoring 4 points on 1 for 2 shooting. Why? Because rather than only allowing the best players to play, the coaching staff was experimenting with lineups. This is why it's so annoying. These are thought to be the WNBA's top players. Are you saying that they can't simply play pickup hoops against Puerto Rico and appear to be in control? Are you saying that in order to defeat a weaker opponent by 30 points, they require intricate offensive setups and well-planned rotations? Their basketball IQ is insulted by it.
Tells you the ball is not moving, the ball is not swinging. Things aren't happening. The offense is slow. No off-ball action. No cohesiveness. No unity. No chemistry. Again, it's not so much about the line. Like, these are the best players. That's what we're told. Like, these are the best players. You're telling me that they can't just free ball against Puerto Rico and look decent? Just using their IQ? Using basic basketball ideas? Motions? We can't look like a team? Jackie Young, 9 points, 4 for 4 for Jackie Young. Monique Billings, 3 for 8. Kiki Iriafin's legit. I like her. She's a solid player. But it was a rough watch today. It has Stephanie's hands written all over it.
Jackie Young had a 4 for 4 shooting percentage of 9 points. 3 out of 8 for Monique Billings. Kiki Hurian was reliable. She is a genuinely talented player who merits playing time. However, the product as a whole was unwatchable. It lacked the enthusiasm that made Game 1 thrilling and was sluggish and fragmented. And that's the true problem here. There is more to this than just one match against Puerto Rico. This is a sneak peek at the Indiana Fever's future under head coach Stephanie White. Because White has stated that she wants to use everything we saw in Game 2, the slow tempo, the organized sets, and the focus on including everyone rather than allowing your best player dominate. Her vision has been unambiguous. Her goal is to make the transition game go more slowly. More half-court execution is what she desires. Even if it means taking the ball away from Caitlin Clark, she wants to ensure that players like Kelsey Mitchell and Aaliyah Boston have opportunities. Is that necessarily incorrect now? Not if you want to create a balanced offensive club that wins championships. However, it's disastrous to try to maximize entertainment value and profit from having the biggest star in women's basketball. Next year's Fever season will be characterized by this tension. Consider it from the standpoint of the league. Every viewing record in WNBA history was broken by Caitlin Clark. Over 1 million people watched the games she participated in on average. On some broadcasts, 2, 3, or even 4 million people watched her playoff games. That is unheard of. For the sport, that is revolutionary. However, your coaching staff now wants to run a more egalitarian approach, spread the ball, and lessen her impact. That may win more games. The other players might be happier, but casual spectators will tune out since it will be really boring to watch. This video's comments reveal a lot. Some claim that since they don't want to watch the rest of the lineup, they will receive text alerts when Caitlin enters the game. Building a fan base in that way is not sustainable. That's how momentum is destroyed. The issue with Team USA in particular is as follows. The purpose of this exhibition is to promote the game globally. Your plan is to bench your best player and play a slow, deliberate offense in front of spectators who may be witnessing women's basketball for the first time. From a marketing perspective, that is malpractice. Chelsea Gray is an excellent athlete. She is a victor. Her basketball IQ is amazing. She is also among the league's top point guards when healthy. However, she was barely noticeable during her 16-minute performance. She's starting over Caitlin Clark with just 1 point and 4 assists. Describe how that makes sense for expanding the game. Although the conspiracy claim that Stephanie White whispered in the coach's ear may be overblown, the main idea is true. There is undoubtedly a philosophical disagreement about how to employ Caitlin Clark, and those who wish to restrict her influence are currently winning. Examine the pattern. In the first game, everyone looks fantastic. Caitlin plays freely, speeds up, and helps the offense. The second game uses an entirely different system. The entire event is rendered unwatchable as Caitlin stands in the corner and other players are highlighted. It is not a chance fluctuation. That is deliberate roster management. This raises the issue of whether the upcoming season of Fever will be like this. Because there will be a lot of irate supporters in Indiana if Stephanie White adopts the same mindset. Because Caitlin Clark is a competent role player who makes the perfect pass, people didn't fall in love with her. She is a dynamic, game-changing superstar who does things no one else can, which is why they fell in love with her. You are harming not only the team but also the league's potential for growth when you take that away from her and put her in a system that reduces her strength. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. Is this a real sneak peek at what's to come? Or are we overreacting to a single preseason game? Subscribe for more WNBA coverage and I'll see you in the next.